Izadi from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. We're going to do round 3 today, and we are going to catch up with Jake Paul. It's been a really wild few days. It was a week ago that Jake Paul, actually more than a week ago, that Jake Paul's house was stormed by the stormtroopers from Star Wars. Just kidding, that did not happen. It was actually the FBI. They just like stopped by at his house and they're like, knock, 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 can I have some coffee? No, that's actually not what happened. So last week, Jake's property, along with his buddy's property, Armani Izadi, and property in Arizona were searched by the federal government related to something. Now, at the time, there was no indication of what this had to do with or where it was going or what was happening. So there was a lot of speculation. There was questions about Armani Izadi's background. There was a lot of questions and things that were coming out about women that were claiming a whole lot of things related to Armani, saying that a lot of really unfortunately bad things were happening at the Team 10 house. And then there was a lot of allegations that Jake Paul might be involved in this stuff. There might be some videos. There could be some things that Armani is holding over Jake's head. This could be a raid not related to Arizona. And then Armani came out on Instagram and he said, well, no, it was actually only related to Arizona. That's the only reason they were here. And then his videographer went out did his own thing on Instagram and said they wanted our hard drives, they wanted our electronics, they wanted any video evidence of what happened while we were in Arizona. This is all tied back to Arizona. So if you remember, Jake and his buddies were in Arizona in the beginning of June when there was unrest in the world related to the unfortunate death of George Floyd. When there was all kinds of protests going on and riots, he, along with his buddies, decided it would be great to document people breaking into a mall. So they broke into that Scottsdale Fashion Square, and he claimed on Twitter that he was not involved in any of the illegal, nefarious things. He ends up getting he was charged with a misdemeanor for like trespassing. And the city of Scottsdale actually dropped those charges because they said that there was going to be a pending federal investigation. So when there was this massive show of force and there was like a ton of arms that were removed from his house or weapons that were removed from his house, there was a lot of questions and a lot of speculation about what was going on. Some of these girls come forward. They make a lot of claims about Armani doing things to them that were not okay. And Jake just sort of seemed kind of quiet. Like Armani was like back in his home state of Vegas or Nevada, Vegas, and he was, painting his house and doing the whole Barbie thing. And he was just going on along his day. Now, he actually got unfollowed by Jake Paul. So Jake actually cut ties with him, which had some people thinking that there was way more to this story, that perhaps Jake and this investigation was going to come back to Armani's behavior with these women at his house, and this implication that Jake might actually be involved. Well, Jake just broke his silence on Instagram, and he said that this has absolutely nothing to do with anything that's bad in the world or wrong, or all the allegations, all these rumors are false, basically is what he said. And I'll show you what he said. And it was actually captured by the Bread Batch on an Instagram page. And here is what Jake had to say.
Just to clarify things and set the record straight, the FBI raid is entirely related to the Arizona looting situation that had happened, and it is an investigation. There are rumors about it having to do with so many other things that have nothing to do with me or my character, and the shit that people are making up is absolutely absurd. But with that being said, when I become aware of someone around me who is doing malicious things, they are immediately cut out of my life. I don't put up with bullshit. I don't surround myself with bad people. And if someone does something bad, they will be removed from my life. My goal right now is to continue to focus on myself, boxing, music. The fight got moved from September 12th to November 28th. I couldn't be more determined and ready for that fight. It's going to be one of the biggest moments of my life. I want to say thank you to all the fans who have been sticking by my side through all these crazy times. And I'm going to continue to update you guys and be here and just doing me. So
the interesting thing here is that Jake didn't actually deny anything. He didn't deny that any of these allegations that have come forth about Armani are not true. In fact, he didn't say anything. He said, when I find out that someone around me is doing malicious things or doing bad things, I cut them out of my life. So he's almost like admitting that Armani's doing bad things around him. He found out about it, and now he's getting rid of Armani. So I guess in a way that's good, but part of me is like, how did you not know, Jake? Like, you had a million people before this telling you who this guy was, telling you his background. There was lots of videos and articles about him when he came into Team 10. His history was well known. It's been talked about a lot along the way. There was these 9 girls that were at your party that declared that they had been slipped something. One of them said that she had been RAPED'd. So is it now because there's so many girls coming forward that now you're going to cut ties? Because I'm confused why it took you until now to cut ties when you're under an investigation, and now it's not okay to be around that. But when you weren't under investigation, you didn't care about all of that stuff, even though the same things were happening and there was still accusations of these things happening. There was police reports of these things happening at your house, and you still hung out with this guy. It makes no sense to me. So while, you know, it's a good thing that he is cutting ties with Armani, it's also kind of damage control to me, where it's like, oops, I've been caught and I don't want to be associated with this, and this is not good for my brand, and this is not good for my channel, and I'm going to lose all of my money if I hang out with this guy, and I might get bogged down and brought down into any sort of investigations that could lead to his arrest, not necessarily mine. But I feel like this is a straight distancing of like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm not going to deny it happened, but he's totally doing bad things, but I'm not going to deny it, but I'm not going to confirm it. What do you think? So we know it's about the Arizona looting. We also know that if things are found in an investigation, they can pretty much charge them with more than just what they find. If they don't find anything, nothing could happen. You know what I mean? Like, and what the status of these alleged police reports against Armani in the state of California remain unknown. Beyond that, you know, those few girls coming forward with Adam Quinn last week, there hasn't been a whole lot of discussion about if more girls are going to be coming forward. But according to Adam, there's dozens and dozens and dozens of girls that have been hurt by Armani, and Jake apparently didn't care until he needed to care when the federal government was investigating him for something completely unrelated, and all of these girls felt safe enough to finally come forward. So, what do you think about his non-denial about what Armani's done and the fact that he's cut them out? And do you buy that it's all about Arizona, or do you think it's about something else? And what do you think about his boxing career? Is it good or is it bad? All right, you guys, tell me in the comments below. Bye.